Hello everyone, this is Crota giving you a shoutcast between a member of Team Zenith and Kyle Prime here on Lost Temple. We have Kyle Prime spawning as the purple Protoss player over here at the 3 o'clock position. Meanwhile, we have the Zenith member spawning over here at the 1 o'clock position. This replay is brought to you by www.lucomputers.com. They are the official sponsor of this replay, and sponsors like www.lucomputers.com help make these replays possible, so go ahead and head over to their website, check out their links. They also have a list of computers that are capable of playing StarCraft 2, and on the top right hand corner, go ahead and check out their website. Anyways, back over here we have Kyle Prime now scouting out with a 10 probe and a curious positioning on this pylon on the backside. We may see the gateway being placed here, perhaps to try to hide the tech. I'm not 100% sure why Kyle wants to do this, so curious base positioning. Perhaps he doesn't want Reapers to be able to maneuver in and out of this position. Lost Temple does open up to some very nasty 8 or 9 Reaper play if you get unlucky. Back over here we now have Zenith now moving out with this SCV and getting gas before getting a barracks. So this is also a particular opening from Zenith as well. We'll see how he's going to really be able to play into this. Usually when you get gas early like that, you're trying to go for more of a tech build. So we'll see how that's really going to work out. Zenith now laying down this barracks. I like the positioning on this barracks because it allows you to create a larger front door for units to come in and out, since double supply depots are covering your ramp. Also, what it also allows you to do is put in a bunker even here or here, and it enables you to protect your ramp a little bit better than any of the other positionings. Back over here we have the assimilator now being placed down along with a gateway. So gateway now going to finish warping in, so we should be seeing a cybernetics core in just a moment. Kyle, I'm not 100% sure if he's going to produce a zealot or not. Needs to wait for that second pylon, so probably just timing this exactly perfect in terms of getting probes and going more for an economic build. Yeah, getting that cybernetics core before getting that zealot, and chrono boosting the nexus continually. Oh, a little bit of a misplay there. Chrono boosting without having a probe, so yeah, a little bit of an issue, but Kyle will be able to recover from that, only losing maybe perhaps 5-7 units of time to build an SCV. We have an upgrade to an orbital command. It was delayed just a little bit because of the delay in the barracks, but now what's really curious is now he's sitting on 200, almost 200 gas and getting his second gas, so he may be trying to go for a single base play that opens up into, wait, where did he, oh no, what did he spend his gas on? Okay, in comes his factory. It looks like he spent the gas on Reaper. Okay, so Zenith going for a little bit of a late Reaper play, and this late Reaper will be able to do some scouting. Now there should be a Stalker coming out from Kyle, so we'll see how that's going to really work. And we also have a Stargate coming in from Kyle. So Kyle coming in with the Stargate, the Reaper now going to head on out, and gonna get taken down. Probe gets taken down quickly, and now Kyle knows that there is in fact going to be a Reaper coming on out. Stalker going to head on over, perhaps sit over here and try to intercept that Reaper. That Reaper is going to be used in order to scout his opponent, just because a single scanner sweep costs somewhere in the range of about 200 to 250 minerals. No, that Reaper just hanging out by this down statue that's been taken down. So curious, that Reaper just there. Okay, now finally on the move. And the Stargate is now up. We'll see if that Reaper does try to go on up. No, gonna go ahead and try to take down a second probe. Second probe gonna get taken down. So that Reaper will be worth its weight in minerals. Gonna get that second shot off, and will it be able to? Yes, able to get that shot, and then gonna go ahead and move away. So down to 30 hit points. That Stalker able to push back that Reaper, but really no real sight on the inside of the space. All he saw earlier there, getting a scanner sweep, doesn't want to lose the 50 gas, wants to keep this Reaper here in terms of scouting, and now out comes a Phoenix. So that Phoenix was revealed with that scanner sweep. That's the second Phoenix is coming in, and now in comes the Reaper again. Will the Reaper be able to deal any damage? I don't think so, as there's already a Stalker there. So that Stalker now chasing down that Reaper being forced to pull back, and now we're getting stim pack research. We do in fact have one siege tank being built, no siege tech just quite yet, as that Phoenix is just flying around in the air, moving at a very fast attack, very fast and nice bank on that Phoenix. Wow, nice maneuvering, as that Phoenix is now just hanging out over by this corner. 2 Phoenixes will be able to graviton beam units one at a time, perhaps trying to take down some of these SCVs. Marines now coming over. We're going to probably get a graviton beam on the far side. No graviton beam. Well, there's a graviton beam taking down that SCV. doing that little Phoenix moonwalk there, and Graviton beaming again. Gonna go ahead and take down another Marine. So one Marine and one SCV taken down. Kyle losing or getting that Phoenix down to 48 hit points, however. Back over here, one Stalker keeping track of this Zelnaga Watchtower as the Phoenix now trying to take or prevent this missile turret from coming up. I really like this positioning on this missile turret. It will prevent any observers coming in, and then if he chooses to, he can build a bunker here and let that missile turret deny sight as well towards those observers. Back over here we have the engineering bay, no additional research yet, and now a command center being built will be lifted off over here towards the natural expansion, and a nexus being built by Kyle Prime. Phoenix is still moving out around the map, trying to get decent sight. Taking a look inside the base here, or on the production tab, we have Void Rays now being produced. So Void Rays being produced along with an Immortal. That Immortal should be able to move out fairly easily, and it does not look as though Zenith, the Zenith member, has any Ghost Academy. So it's going to be Marines to try to counter those Immortals with their fast attack rate. Yeah, with their normal attack rate, fast attack rate when they are stimmed. So bunker now being placed down over here. Marine should probably hop on in over there and give it a little additional range. But Phoenix is now continuing to do the nice Graviton beam, taking down as many workers as they can, and once again moving back out, but losing one Phoenix in the process. A second Phoenix may get taken down. No, down to 30 hit points and pulling away. And once again, we'll see how this is all going to work out loss-wise. Both players losing about the same amount of resources. So both players taking some hits, but economically speaking, what Zenith, Kyle is a little bit ahead, Zenith is a little bit behind, but should be able to even up that count when he drops down some mules. Now trying to train up some more SCVs, or trying to build some more supply depots as well, as he's currently supply locked and upgrading another orbital command. Kyle Prime now on the move with his army, with one Immortal and a couple Stalkers and a couple Sentries as well. So those Sentries and those Immortals moving a little bit more slowly. There is one pylon sitting over here, so this pylon will be able to warp in additional units once, and the warp gate ability has been completed, and there's 2 warp gates and one more or 2 Void Rays on the move, and an additional Immortal being trained up. So Immortals being trained, Sentries being warped in, Stalkers being warped in as well. So we'll see how this is all going to work out. More bunkers being laid down here. So Zenith finally taking his low ground expansion. I do like this play. I like the fact that he is getting a medevac. I would like to see a little bit more Raven play, just because he's sitting on a very, very large gas amount. With that amount of gas, he can really get those Ravens, get the point defense drones, and those defense drones really shut down Stalkers. Those Stalkers pretty much nullified by those point defense drones. In comes a Phoenix. Phoenix gonna try to take down that last SCV. There it goes, taking it down, and now the SCV gonna go ahead and complete this building, and the bunkers will be filled. Void Rays may try to do some sort of push. Those Phoenixes will give some sight. However, with this one bunker here and siege tanks covering a fair amount of ground, it will be fairly difficult for these units to move on in. The Void Rays may be able to get in over here and try to take down some of those siege tanks if they had sight onto that high ground. I do not think the Phoenixes are able to see, unable to see quite that far, and there's still no observers yet. So with no observers, Kyle doesn't really know what's happening on this high ground over here. There is one medevac, the medevac coming in with Hellions, so very nicely done. Hellions getting a couple quick kills over there. So the Hellion play opening up a Graviton beam, canceling that one Hellion play, and another Hellion being moved back. Taking a look at the harvester count, Kyle and Zenith both sitting at 33 harvesters, except Zenith sitting, because of those 2 mules, I believe, or 1 mule, he's harvesting at a much higher rate, should be able to produce more and more SCVs, currently supply locked. Both players supply locked, or sorry, only Zenith supply locked at 70 over 70, Kyle sitting at 80 over 84, and now we have a robotics bay gonna start producing some Colossus as well. We need to start seeing some change, perhaps getting some Vikings. The Vikings need to be trained up, and now we're getting a Raven as well. There is a very, very strong infantry army coming in from Zenith. So Zenith, with those 14 Marines, without those combat shields, and the extended thermal lance range of those Colossus, those Colossus will be able to slice through those Marines fairly easily. Stay tuned for part 2 of this replay between Zenith and Kyle here on Lost Temple.